2 years ago, I had $47 to my name. I'm sitting in my car outside a Wendy's at 2 a.m., refreshing my bank account on my phone because I literally couldn't remember if I'd already sent it. That's the level of broke we're talking about. I couldn't even track a 2-digit number. Now look, I wasn't sitting around doing nothing. I was hustling, actually hustling. DoorDash runs until midnight, a drop shipping store that got 3 sales in 2 months, Fiverr gigs that never landed, YouTube. I was watching every make money online video that existed. My recommended feed was just a loop of guys in hoodies pointing at whiteboards, but nothing clicked. The worst part wasn't even being broke. It was seeing all these people, some of them younger than me, posting their Stripe dashboards. 10 grand in a week, 5 grand in 3 days. I'm sitting there thinking, what am I missing that they figured out? Today, different story. I'm not a millionaire. I won't show you rented Lambos. I won't sell you a $2,000 course, but I will show you what actually worked. I make more in a month now than I used to make in a year. It didn't happen because of some secret hack. It happened because I finally understood one uncomfortable truth that nobody talks about. You're asking the wrong question. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is out here asking, how do I make money fast? But that question, it's broken. It's like asking, how do I get fit fast while sitting on the couch eating Cheetos? The question itself sets you up to fail. Because when you ask, how do I make money fast? Here's what happens. You get attracted to shortcuts. You get attracted to hype, crypto pump and dumps, drop shipping stores that die in 3 weeks, affiliate links that nobody clicks, courses that teach you how to sell courses. Can those things work? Sure, for some people, but for most of us, we just end up wasting time, wasting money, and feeling like failures because we can't replicate what some 19-year-old with a ring light did. Then I changed the question. Not how do I make money fast, but what can I create that's so valuable people will pay me immediately? That shift, game changer. One question is about you getting money. The other is about them getting value. Once I flipped that switch in my brain, everything started to click. Okay, so let me introduce you to what I call the speed to value framework. It's dead simple. 3 parts. How fast can you learn it? How fast can you deliver it? How fast you get paid? Most people optimize for the wrong part. They spend 6 months learning web development and spend 3 months building a SaaS product and spend another 6 months trying to get their first customer. That's over a year before you see a dime. I'm not saying don't build long-term stuff. I'm saying if you need money now, you need to find something where all 3 of those speeds are fast. Here's the kicker. Those opportunities exist everywhere. You just have to know what to look for. Let me walk you through exactly how I figured this out. Year 1, trial, error, and a lot of stupid mistakes. All right, so in the beginning, I did what everyone does. I tried everything. Dropshipping, I set up a Shopify store selling motivational prints. Spent $300 on ads, made $48 back. You do the math. Print on demand, same story. Designed some t-shirts with quotes I thought were deep. Spoiler, they weren't. Affiliate marketing, I made a blog, posted like 3 articles, got 11 visitors total. 2 of them were me. This went on for months. I was stuck in what I now call the shiny object cycle. Every week there's a new thing that's supposedly the easiest way to make money in 2023 or whatever year it is. You jump on it, it doesn't work, you jump to the next one. But here's what I learned from all that failure. The problem wasn't the methods. The problem was I had no skills and no speed. I was trying to sell things I didn't understand to people I didn't know in markets I had no experience in. I had slow learning, slow delivery, slow payment. I was optimizing for ease, not speed. What happened next? This changed everything. The first breakthrough, freelancing, but not the way you think. So around month 7, I was pretty defeated. Then I found this Reddit thread where people were talking about freelancing, but not fancy freelancing. I'm talking quick, unglamorous stuff. One guy said he made $600 in a weekend doing video editing for small YouTube channels. Another person said they made $400 transcribing podcast episodes. Then it hit me. These aren't businesses, they're just services. Things people need done right now. So I tested it. I went on Upwork and Fiverr. Instead of offering something vague, like I'll grow your Instagram, I made it hyper-specific. Here's exactly what I said. I will edit your YouTube video in 24 hours. Talking head style. Cuts, captions, music. Did I know how? Not really. But I learned in 1 weekend, watched tutorials, used DaVinci Resolve because it's free, got my first client within 3 days. They paid me $75 for a 10-minute video. It took me like 5 hours to edit because I was slow. But you know what? I got paid that week, not in 3 months, that week. That dopamine hit after years of failing, addictive. So I did it again. Within a month, I was making $1,200 a month just editing videos. That's more than I made in 3 months of DoorDash. Was it glamorous? No. Was it passive passive income? Absolutely not. But remember the framework? This is it in action. The shift from service to systems. Okay, so now I'm making a bit of money, but I hit a ceiling pretty quick because here's the thing about freelancing. You trade time for money. There's only so many hours in a day. I was working like 50, 60 hours a week between my day job and editing gigs. I was tired. So I started thinking, what if I could do the same thing but faster? What if I could make the same amount of money in half the time? That's when I discovered templating. Instead of editing every video from scratch, I built templates, intro templates, outro templates, caption styles. I had presets for color grading. I even made a checklist for my editing process, so I wasn't reinventing the wheel every time. Suddenly, a video that used to take me 5 hours only took me 2, which meant I could take on more clients, which meant more money in the same amount of time. By month 14, I was making $3,500 a month editing videos, working maybe 20 hours a week. But then I thought, what's the next level? Now, here's where it gets interesting. The big leap, teaching what you know. I started getting messages from other freelancers asking me how I was getting so many clients, how I was editing so fast, what tools I was using. At first, I just helped people for free because, like, why not, right? But then someone said, dude, you should make a course or something. Make a course? I laughed at first. I'd only been doing this a year. But then I realized I don't need to be the best in the world. I just need to be a few steps ahead of someone else. So I made a simple Gumroad product, 27 bucks, called it How to Get Your First 5 Video Editing Clients in 7 Days. I spent 1 weekend writing it, recorded a few quick screen share videos, put it up, posted it in a couple of Facebook groups and Reddit threads. First week, $189 from a product I made in 1 weekend. That's more than I made in a month of DoorDash. Second week, $430. By the end of the month, I'd made over $1,100 from something I created in 2 days. I wasn't teaching some complex thing. I was just showing people the exact steps I took because I had just done it myself. It was fresh. It was real. It wasn't some polished, overhyped thing. It was just honest. That authenticity, it sold. Year 2, stacking income streams the right way. Stick with me because this final piece, this is how you stack income the right way. Okay, so now I'm about 18 months in and I'm making money from 3 places. Freelance video editing, around $2,500 a month, maybe 15 hours a week. Digital products, around $1,200 a month, mostly passive. And a YouTube channel where I document this journey, around $400 a month from ads. None of these alone are life-changing, but together I'm pulling in over $4,000 a month. I'm working less than I was when I made $47. Here's the framework I use to stack income. Start with high-speed service work, get paid immediately, build a skill. This is your foundation. Optimize the service, use templates, systems, tools, cut your time in half. Now you have leverage. Teach what you learned, package it, sell it. This adds a passive layer that compounds. Document the process. YouTube, Twitter, a blog, whatever. This builds an audience that feeds everything else. It's not about doing one thing that makes you rich. It's about doing a few things that all support each other. Once you understand the framework, you can apply it to literally anything. Want to make money writing? Offer quick Twitter ghostwriting. Then build templates. Then sell a guide on how to write viral tweets. Then start a newsletter. Want to make money design? Offer Canva template customization. Then build a template library. Then sell it on Etsy. Then teach others how to do it. You see the pattern? Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is easy. It's not. There were nights where I wanted to quit, where I thought maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe I should just accept my boring job and stop dreaming. But here's what I know now that I didn't know 2 years ago. You don't need a big idea. You don't need a huge audience. You don't need some genius invention. You just need to provide value faster than the next person. That's it. That's the whole game. Because here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Most people give up right before it works. They spend 3 months on something, don't see results, and quit. They move to the next shiny object. The cycle repeats. But if you just stick with something long enough to get good at it, if you focus on speed to value instead of chasing hype, if you build systems instead of just grinding harder, you will make money. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but faster than you think. 2 years ago, I had $47. Couldn't afford a $20 pizza. Last month, I made $4,000. Not because I'm special, because I stopped chasing fast money and started delivering fast value. That's the whole game. So if you're sitting there right now, frustrated, broke, wondering if it's ever gonna work, it will. Just pick one thing. Get good enough at it, deliver it fast, get paid, then optimize, then teach, then stack. You've got everything you need. Just start. All right, that's it. If this helped you, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you want me to break down any of these strategies in more detail, let me know. I'll see you in the next one.